everyone, and welcome to the workshop business meeting of the Mayor and Township Committee of the Township of Winslow. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the program.
Almighty eternal God, we pause at the beginning of this meeting to announce our mercies to us both as individuals and as a nation. We pray that our God, as in this township meeting this night, to the end, that all that discussed and acted upon make our township an area where goodness, human kindness, truth, and justice are both part of our business and personal lives. Amen.
Ms. Doherty, may I have a roll call, please?
Yes, Mayor. Committeeman Borelli,
Present.
Flamini,
Here.
Gleekis,
Present.
Lee,
Here.
Leverett,
Here.
Peoples,
Here.
Watkins,
Here.
Wilson,
Here.
Mayor Lawrence.
Here. Other officials present are Joseph Gallagher, Township Administrator, Steve Dringus, Chief Financial Officer, Lisa L. Doherty, Municipal Clerk, Stuart Platt, Township Solicitor, Tim Bogine, Acting Municipal Engineer, Joe Mingle, Municipal Utilities Engineer, Police Chief Don Lemons, Deputy Police Chief Mike O'Rourke, Mike Passarella from Emergency Management, Sam Martella, Director, Department of Public Works, Chief Mark Rigberg, Winslow Township Fire Department, Robert Stamelski, former committeeman, West ACO 12, County Commissioner Custodio, and Deputy Fire Chief Silcott. This meeting is being conducted in full compliance of the Open Public Meetings Law, and notices were sent to the Courier Post, the Hamilton Gazette, and other news media. In addition, the notice was provided on the official bulletin board. This meeting is being electronically recorded. Please be aware, in the event of an emergency, all persons in the courtroom should exit the courtroom quickly and orderly using the two main doors in the courtroom and then locate the nearest exit to safety. In addition, all cell phones shall be turned off or placed on vibrate during the township meeting. Please be aware, governing body meetings for 2026 are held the second and fourth Tuesdays of the month, with the exception of July, August, and December being the third Tuesday of the month, and November being the second Tuesday of the month. All residents are encouraged to attend all meetings. We'll now have our announcements, beginning with Committeeman Flamini. Would you please read announcement 1?
Yes, Mayor. Winslow Township proclaims mandatory restrictions on the use of water for certain purposes. Even-numbered addresses can water on even-numbered days and odd-numbered addresses on odd-numbered days. Water usage is restricted to 5 to 7 a.m. and 7 to 9 p.m., and outside water usage is prohibited on the 31st day of the month. Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Peoples, will you please read announcement 2?
Winslow Township announces that all general offices will be closed Monday, February 16th, 2026, in observance of President's Day. However, curbside trash and recycling materials will be picked up on normally scheduled days. Your cooperation is sincerely appreciated.
Thank you. Committeeman Borelli, would you read announcement 3?
Yes, Mayor. In accordance with Public Law 2025, Chapter 72, signed by Governor Murphy on June 30th, 2025, the complete text of all legal notices and advertisements for the Township of Winslow may be viewed free of charge on the Township's official website at www.winslowtownship.com. Effective March 1st, 2026, the website publication requirement supersedes the newspaper publication of legal notices for public entities. Thank you.
Thank you. Committeewoman Lee, would you read announcement 4?
Yes, Mayor. The 2026 Lewis Bay Second Future Municipal Leaders Scholarship Opportunity is now open and accepting applications. Applications and essays must be received by March 9th. For application and details, please visit the Township website at www.winslowtownship.com. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Davida Jacoby Hart and Dana Pitts for their work on the Township's first Martin Luther King breakfast last month, where there were over 200 participants, 250 residents in attendance. And I'd also like thank the committee of Gladys Bridges, Gloria London, Lakeisha Walker, and Bishop Ed Wilson for their assistance in coordinating this event. It was a well-attended event and a great step for the township. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Sam Martello. Sam, are you here? Okay. And his public works staff for a job well done, as well as our utilities and animal control personnel and all others who assisted during the recent snowstorm. Thank you. Okay. By any chance, is a Jonah Davis here? I have a certificate of appreciation here for him. We were presented with an unusual situation in a particular section of the township, and someone needed to be shoveled out, and this particular person stepped up to the plate at no cost and went and shoveled the person out. So I just wanted, on behalf of the township, extend our thank you to him. And maybe one of our West ACO 12 can come up and accept this certificate on his behalf. Thank you. It was a situation where this township couldn't do it, but we reached out into the community and we came up with one of his guys. Also, I was recently notified by Congressman Donald Norcross's office that Winslow Township has received funding in the amount of $880,000 for the painting of the water tower on Factory Road. So I want to send a thank you out to him. We now have our minutes from the January 3rd reorganization meeting and the January 20th, 2026 general meeting. They've been distributed and are now subject for approval. May I get a motion to approve?
Motion, Committeeman Watkins.
May I get a second?
Second, Committeeman Wilson.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Committeeman Leverett's going to read a proclamation recognizing February as Black History Month.
Thank you, Mayor. Whereas the African Americans of Winslow Township have made distinguished contributions to the history of our community, and whereas the African Americans of Winslow Township should be especially recognized for their contributions in the areas of education, government, commerce, and community service. And whereas it is the responsibility of the mayor and the township committee to acknowledge and encourage the preservation of the history of our community. And whereas the month of February has been recognized as Black History Month on a national level. Now, therefore, it is hereby proclaimed by the Mayor and Township Committee of the Township of Winslow that the month of February is hereby declared as Black History Month in Winslow Township, and that all officials and citizens are encouraged to study and appreciate the history of African Americans in our community. Proclaimed this 10th day of February, 2026. Marie D. Lawrence, Mayor. Lisa L. Doherty, Municipal Clerk. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a list of claims that was submitted to Treasury for approval. May I have a motion to approve the claims list?
Motion to approve.
Second, Committeeman Watkins.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We have an ordinance of the Township of Winslow, County of Camden, and State of New Jersey, amending ordinance number 2024-004, authorizing a financial agreement pursuant to the 5-year exemption and abatement law with Corridor Construction. May I have a motion to introduce this ordinance?
Move to introduce.
Second.
Any questions on the motion? May I have a roll call, please, Ms. Doherty?
Yes, Mayor. Committeeman Barelli?
Yes.
Famini?
Yes.
Fleekus?
Yes.
Lee?
Yes.
Leverett?
Yes.
Peoples?
Yes.
Watkins?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
Mayor Lawrence?
Yes. We have an ordinance amending an ordinance entitled an ordinance designating the salaries, wages, and retainers, benefits, and other conditions of employment for the officers and employees of the Township of Winslow, County of Camden, State of New Jersey. May I have a motion to introduce?
Motion to introduce.
May I have a second?
Second, Committeeman
Any
Watkins.
questions on the motion? May I have a roll call, please, Ms. Doherty?
Yes, Mayor. Committeeman Barelli?
Yes.
Famini?
Yes.
Fleekus?
Yes.
Lee?
Yes.
Leverett?
Yes.
Peoples?
Yes.
Watkins?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
Mayor Lawrence?
Yes. There are 26 resolutions. Are there any resolutions any governing body wishes to withhold from a block vote?
Yes, Mayor. Resolution number 6, please. Resolution number 11. Resolution number 16. Resolution number 18. Resolution number 20. Resolution number 22. Resolution number 25. And resolution number 26, please.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve resolution 1 through 5, 7 through 10, 12 through 15, 17, 19, 21, 23 through 24?
Motion.
Second, Committeeman Watkins.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, resolution 11, authorizing, oh, 6, okay, I'm sorry, I'm moving too fast. Resolution number 6, resolution granting an extension of resource extraction permits for Heidelberg Materials Northeast LLC, New Freedom and Oak Terrace Tracks for an additional 90 days. Can I get a motion? to
Motion,
approve?
Committeeman Watkins.
Can I get a second?
Second, Committeeman Wilson.
Any questions on the motion?
Can we have a brief explanation? Have we had multiple extensions for this particular
Yeah, I'm happy to do
situation?
that.
Yeah, thank you.
So we have two essentially sand quarries, if you will, mining operation in town that have existed here for many, many years. We have a ordinance in our code which requires the operators of these two sites to come in every 5 years to renew their license, where the township engineer does a review, an environmental review, and a water and sewer review on the entire project. They have had some issues in terms of submitting a complete application with all the information that our experts need to review it. So they've asked for this 90-day extension, but they're still bound by the conditions of their prior approval from 5 years ago.
Thank you, Solicitor.
You're welcome.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 11, resolution authorizing cancellation of improvement taxes for 2026 due to exempt status as per the financial agreement with K. Hobnovian Villages at Hayes Mill Creek, Urban Renewal LLC, and the Township of Winslow.
Motion, Committeeman Watkins.
Can I get a second?
Second, Committeewoman Lee.
Questions on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 16, resolution to renew Southern New Jersey Regional Employee Benefits Fund. Resolution to renew Southern New Jersey Regional Employee Benefits Fund. Can I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second,
Committeeman
Committeeman
Lee.
Watkins.
Any questions on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 18, resolution authorizing for year 2025 Community Development Grant Agreement Senior Programming. Can I get a
Motion,
motion?
Committeeman Watkins.
Any questions on the motion?
Can we just have a brief explanation for the public, Administrator? If you don't mind.
The CDBG funds, I'm sorry, are provided for our senior centers for the bus driver funds, and to keep that operation, provide good services for our seniors. It's a money received from the county and the federal government.
Thank you, Administrator.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 20, authorizing a grant submission to the Department of Community Affairs for the purchase and installation of a tot lot at Frank Donio Memorial Park and Nicholas L. Gargano Memorial Park in Winslow Township. Can I get a motion to
Committeeman
approve?
Watkins.
Second, Committeeman Gleekus.
Question on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 22, amending Resolution R 2026-026, authorizing the official newspaper for the Township of Winslow. Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion, Committeeman Watkins.
Can I get a second?
Second, Committeewoman Leverett.
Any questions on the motion?
Can we have a legal explanation from the solicitor on this for the public?
Yeah, there was, if you recall the earlier notice that we had at the beginning of the meeting, in last year, Governor Murphy signed a law that is requiring, or that allows municipalities to place all their public notices online because the printed media is basically going away. But we still have to have an official newspaper. The online publications, be it the Courier Post or whatever, and the township website, they are for municipal notices that we put out. But if somebody were filing a land use application or the mining quarry were coming in for they have to put notice in a actual printed newspaper. And the Courier Post meets the requirements of the new law to be still used as a printed newspaper outlet for public and legal notices.
So currently, the Hamilton Gazette does not meet the new legal obligations starting March 1st.
I'm sorry?
They don't meet the legal obligations.
They do. They do. It was the Hamilton, I think it was the Hamilton paper that didn't.
Yes, Hamilton does not.
So that does not, so our original resolution of reorganization had both of them as the official newspapers. So basically, we're removing the Hamilton Gazette because they could not meet the legal requirements of the new law, but the Courier Post still does.
Thank you, Solicitor.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Resolution 25, resolution authorizing Governor's Council on Substance Abuse, Use Disorder Physical Grant Cycle, October 2027 through June 2031. Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion, Committeeman Watkins.
Second, Committeewoman Lee.
Any questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 26, authorizing the award of a contract for the purchase of 7 McNellis 28-yard side loader freight liner Econic RHD chassis spare front and rear wheel tire through Sourcewell Cooperative Pricing, trash trucks. May I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second, Committeeman
Questions on the
Watkins.
motion?
Can we have a description of this one, Administrator? Since it's a big-
That does, these are seven trash trucks. It gives us the authority to order them, to prepare just in case we're waiting for a bid opening on March 14th for trash services, but as Plan B, in the event that we do need to order them, we will be prepared to do so.
So this resolution, we're authorizing the township to
Order,
go
to
bid
place
or
the order.
To place the order.
Yes.
Once the order is placed, it's non-refundable.
No, well, it does have, once the order is placed, it does have in the contract to say what you can do. You can get your money back, certain things. As the thing is being built, the truck is being built, the stages, you can actually, there's language in the contract that says that we can cancel the order, and most of the things are refundable.
I know we've had concerns with trash collection, with contracts.
Yes.
What is the general premise at this point, since we're prepping to order 7? Like, there's a lot of discussions of, are we doing everything in-house? Are we doing some things in-house? Are we looking to?
What this does, we, in conjunction with 4 rear loaders and 7 side loaders, enables the township to do everything from, other than the dumpsters and the roll-offs. We would collect all these, with this equipment, we would collect all solid waste. We would collect all of the recyclables, bulk, and vegetative waste.
Your question?
Yeah, just to be clear for the public, we are not actually placing the order yet, we're just prepping for the order, correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
And
But we will have the authority to do so to make sure that we are in the turnaround time, because the turnaround time to receive trucks in accordance to the bid, you have to make sure that everything's in place.
And currently, how many vehicles do we operate for a trash collection?
We don't.
I mean, that when we contract out currently, how many?
We do not, yeah,
We don't.
no, we don't.
'Cause I'm
Waste
just-
management takes care of all
I'm just
that.
making sure 7 is not.
We have one
recommended.
truck that we
Oh,
do like white goods and things like that.
okay.
This is our Plan B. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Mayor, can I be recognized for a moment, please?
Okay, Mr. Platt, please.
We're in the resolution section of the meeting.
Yes, I'd like to add an additional resolution to the agenda.
What is is it about municipal business, township business?
It is.
What is it generally about?
It's concerning the conduct of a committee member.
All right. Well, in that case, since it's not a standard or routine type of resolution, it would be appropriate to entertain a motion under Robert's Rules to amend the agenda to allow this resolution to be considered by the governing body this evening.
I'll make the motion to amend the agenda.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I'm going to abstain.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is.
Okay. Well, two abstain.
Since you're introducing a resolution, you need to read that resolution completely, as well as distribute copies to all the members of the governing body, as well as the clerk.
Okay, the resolution is centering committee member Brandon Glickus. Whereas pursuant to NJSA 40A:63-5 and 6, the mayor and township committee have the authority to adopt resolutions for any purpose required for the government of Winslow. And whereas Brandon Glickus is a member of the Winslow Township Committee. And whereas the actions and conduct of Brandon Glickus while sitting as a member of the Township Committee at the January 20th, 2026 public meeting has interfered with the proper and orderly conduct of said meetings by reason of his targeting of the deputy mayor and false accusations, and is the opinion of the majority of the members of the committee that Mr. Glickus's actions and accusations are false, and his actions are intentionally disruptive and/or abusive, and that his actions and conduct frustrate the orderly conduct of the business of the Township Committee. And whereas it is the opinion of the majority of the members of the Township Committee that the statements, actions, and conduct of Brandon Glickus as a member of the Winslow Township Committee demonstrate his disrespect for his office and position, as well as his disrespect for the deputy mayor, and most importantly, his disservice to the residents of Winslow Township who elected him to serve responsibly as a member of the Winslow Township Committee. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Township Committee of the Township of Winslow, Camden County, New Jersey, it being the governing body thereof, as follows. Number one, no member of the Winslow Township Committee shall conduct themselves in such a way as to, in the opinion of the majority of the committee, intentionally and repeatedly disrupt the conduct of the meetings and/or otherwise use open public meetings as a forum to cast aspersions and false accusations upon or criticize the job performance of other members of the governing body, members of the administration, township employees, professionals, and others. Two, as a result of his statements and actions which have been previously set forth herein, Brandon Glickus is hereby censured, admonished, and publicly reprimanded, and is directed to hereby cease his unwarranted and unauthorized public comments targeted at the performance of the deputy mayor and any other township committee members. Three, all township committee members are hereby directed to abide by the protocols for township committee meetings, as well as the direction of the mayor or meeting chair, and to afford dignity and respect to other township committee members, to members of the administration, professional staff, and to members of the public. Number four, the resolution shall take effect immediately.
Wait a minute. Order.
Brandon looks out for us.
Order. Can we have order in this? Well, we can adjourn.
He looks out for us. That's right, he does. Sit up there.
Make a motion to approve the resolution.
Can I get a second? Can we get a roll call, please, Ms. Doherty?
I have a question on the resolution.
Okay.
Can I ask my question, Mayor?
Yes, you may.
This resolution, when was this produced? The individual who put this resolution forward, when was this resolution produced?
Mr. Glickus, I can give you the evolution of that
Well,
resolution.
I'm the individual who put this forward. I'm asking that person
I'm
specifically.
going to give you the response to that question.
Solicitor, with all due respect,
Following,
I want it from the
following,
individual who put
following,
forth this.
if I can have the floor. Excuse me, there's gonna have to be order. We're allowed to conduct business. If there's not gonna be order, then I'm gonna request that there be a recess.
That's the problem. You answer to us.
We need to have order.
Yeah, we put you there. And we can take you out too. You got it.
Exactly.
better listen up here.
So the evolution of this resolution came as a result of the accusations you levied and waged against the
Solicitor, that was not my
deputy
question.
mayor at the last meeting.
That was not my question. When was this resolution produced? Because it was not on the agenda. This resolution was not placed on the public agenda.
That's right.
Correct. And I would like to know when it was produced, because it was printed up. So the question was this printed up today, 2 days ago? Because 2 days ago, this could have been placed on the agenda.
Today,
This was typed up today.
that's correct.
Thank you.
But the meeting was on the 20th. Interesting.
So I want to make sure this is,
Because there was a question about the park.
in this resolution, there's a specific date. That specific date is January 20th, 2026. Is that accurate?
Whatever the resolution says,
I
that's the
I
meeting.
just wanted to validate the record. And your statement was February 10th, 2026 is when this resolution was produced.
This resolution was produced today, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Can I have a roll call, please, Ms. Doherty?
Yes, Mayor. Committeeman Borelli?
No, I'm saddened that this resolution was written, but the resolution against the prison was not.
Famini?
Yes.
Gleekis?
Can I vote in this resolution if it's censoring me?
Yes.
The legal question, is this a conflict of interest?
No. If you agree with it, you can vote for it. If you disagree with it, you can vote
It's
against it.
not a conflict of interest to vote on a censorship against myself in this
It
government.
is not a conflict of interest.
Thank you. My vote is no.
Lee?
Yes.
Leverett?
Yes.
Peoples?
Yes.
Watkins?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
Mayor Lawrence?
Yes.
We'll remember. That's right. We will remember all of your names next time you vote. We vote. Absolutely. That's right. That's right.
We'll now have the reports from our directors. Community Services, Director Peoples.
Yes, Mayor. We had 209 permits and 185 certificates issued.
Yes, sir.
That's all.
Public Works, Director Wilson.
Yes, Mayor, I just want to take a moment to thank Mr. Martello for his hard work in the storm again, as well as Michigan Utilities and the Police Department. I know that he put a lot of hours in, and we definitely appreciate it. Also, I'd like to recognize Richard Talley and Ron Pettit for over 40 years of service. This was their last storm. They worked at their very last week. They put in a very, very long night, a very long day the next day. And I was joking with them at their retirement on Friday that they probably wish they retired a week earlier. But we definitely appreciate all the 40 years of service they put in. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Okay. Parks, Recreation, and Community Events, Director Watkins.
Yes, Mayor. I would like to also thank Sam Martello and the entire Public Works Department for their exceptional work during the recent ice snowstorm throughout our township. Their professionalism and commitment under these very challenging conditions help keep the roads, neighborhoods, and public spaces safe and accessible as possible. Public Works also continues to serve the community in other important ways, including hosting the rabies vaccination clinic and providing support for various township events. Their ongoing dedication to the residents of our township does not go unnoticed, and we thank them for their outstanding service. We also have an Easter egg hunt coming up in March. Hopefully the ice and snow is melted by then. On March the 21st. The rain date will be March the 28th. This will be at the Daniel Calabrese Park in Sicklerville. Thanks, Mayor.
Okay. Department of Municipal Utilities, Director Famini.
Thanks, Mayor. Utility Department's been busy. They also helped with snow removal throughout the township, so we thank Lou and his crew in the Water and Sewer Department. Utility requests were 532 issues, and work orders, there were 64 issues. And we'll have more from our engineers report a little later on in the meeting. Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you. Administration, Mr. Gallagher.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Mr. Dringus and I, along with the department heads, are preparing the 2026 budget. A lot of work ahead of us, but we're starting that process as well. We're doing a bunch of interviews this week for all different positions for the township. We have Public Works, we'll have keyboarding clerks, as well as after our court administrator retired, we'll be interviewing for that position as well. So a whole host of other projects going on, and we'll continue the fine work and appreciate from all of our department heads and employees. Thank you.
Thank you. Tax Assessing Director Leverett.
Yes, Mayor. 2026 notice of assessment cards were mailed to all property owners on or around January 26, 2026, advising them of their current assessment. These cards should not be used to file income taxes, as the amount reflected may not be the amount paid in taxes. Taxpayers should take a copy of their tax bills, which they receive from the tax collector's office, to their accountants. You can obtain a copy of your tax bill on our website, wip.edmondassociates.com/whip/whip=0436. Should you need further assistance, please contact the tax collector's office directly. If a taxpayer disagrees with their assessment, not their taxes, they may file a tax appeal with the Camden County Board of Taxation on or before April 1st, 2026. Please visit this website, https://www.camdencounty.com/service/board-of-taxation. Camden County Board of Taxation will be accepting online appeals. Forms and instructions are available on the Camden County Board of Taxation website at the above-mentioned website. Questions regarding the use of this website should be directed to the Camden County Board of Taxation at 856-225-5238 or by email to ccboardoftaxationinfo@camdencounty.com. Below is a notice from the Camden County Prosecutor's Office and a message from the New Jersey Treasury Department. New Jersey Treasury Scam Alert. If you receive a text message claiming to be from the New Jersey Department of Taxation, it is a scam. We do not text taxpayers. Do not click links or share personal information. If you are unsure about a message, contact us directly through our official channels at Camden County Prosecutor's Office warns the public of active tax scams. Click for more information. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. And also, for those of you that were eligible, the Stay New Jersey, which is part of the New Jersey Anchor Program, those checks are going to be in the mail this week. And if you have any questions about your eligibility, you can contact your legislator's office. Senior Citizens, Director Leverett.
Our Senior Citizen Center was closed due to a bursted pipe, and so activities will resume later on this week or next week. So we are waiting for official notification.
They're open now, yeah, they're
Are
currently.
they open now?
Yep, they're
Thank
running,
you.
they're operational.
Okay, very good.
Okay. Public Safety, and that'll be the Police Department, Code Enforcement, and I see Chief Rigberg is here for the Fire Department. Mr. Wilson.
Thank you, Mayor. During the 2025 calendar year, the Windsor Township Police Department answered 47,415 calls for service, a slight decrease in calls from 2024. The Windsor Township Police Department's command staff recently completed all mandatory reporting regarding internal affairs, vehicular pursuit, and use of force to the Camden County Prosecutor's Office and Attorney General's Office. All data that is required to be posted on the Windsor Township Police Department website shall be available for viewing now. Officers Michael D'Agostino, Nathaniel Johnson, Cosimo Ricco, and Angel Torres graduated from Gloucester County Police Academy. They've begun their field training program and are excited to start serving the community. The Winslow Township Junior Police Academy returns in July of 2026. The program is open to all residents between the ages of 11 and 14. Other requirements will be listed on the police department's Facebook page when the dates are announced. More information shall be shared when it becomes available. The Windsor Township Police Department would like to remind residents to take a moment to secure their property whenever it's left unattended. With thefts higher than usual in 2025, small steps like locking vehicles and securing belongings can help make 2026 a safer year for our community. We appreciate your partnership in helping reduce theft and keep Winslow Township safe. That's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Fire Chief Woodbury.
Mayor, Deputy Mayor, Township Committee, residents, just a quick update on the Winslow Township Fire Department. This week, we put in into operation new self-contained breathing apparatus that was provided to us through FEMA, through an AFG grant that saved the taxpayers of Winslow Township $540,000 to outfit all of our fire apparatus with that equipment. Unfortunately, at the end of 2025, we had our busiest year ever in the history of the fire department. A lot of house fires, residential house fires towards the end of the year. We're unfortunately on pace with that so far at the beginning of this year. So just as a reminder to the residents, clean your dryer vents, make sure your cooking appliances are clean and maintained, and make sure your address is visible from the street to help us in helping you. We're always looking for volunteers to join our fire department. We still have a volunteer component to the Winslow Township Fire Department, although we are a combination fire department of paid and volunteer personnel. Additionally, we are going to seek alternate funding sources, again, continuing looking for grants, although some of the federal grants seem to be drying up right now. Hopefully, they'll be released here in the future. And I also want to thank the Public Works Department and the MUA for their assistance during the storms. They kept us in operation, assisting with some plowing operations for what we could not plow ourselves, and gaining access to some of the incident scenes that we did need. So I want to thank them. And we also want to take a moment to remember the Camden City firefighter that was lost in the line of duty. Always a reminder that any day is a given day for anybody, but especially those in public safety. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, I have a question for the chief. Are you still doing the smoke detector checkouts?
Yes, we usually in the summer or the warmer weather we do the block inspections, but post an incident we will go through that neighborhood and inspect those residences on that block. If somebody has concerns, they can call our office. We'll come out free of charge. We'll inspect their smoke alarms, their carbon monoxide alarms, and if we find a need to issue batteries or replace a battery-operated alarm, we will do that for free. We don't do anything with monitored fire alarm systems or hardwired electrical systems, but we will assist with battery-operated devices.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tax and utility collections. PD5 forms for senior citizens and 100% disabled persons receiving the $250 annual deduction on their taxes have been mailed out. They must be completed and mailed back to the tax collector's office by March 1st. If you're having difficulty completing the form, please do not hesitate to contact our office at your convenience. We will be happy to assist you. The Division of Taxation will continue to provide single combined application known as the PAS-1 for State New Jersey, Anchor and Property Tax Reimbursement Senior Freeze Programs. This application booklet is for New Jersey residents who are 65 and over, or those collecting Social Security disability benefits. The PDF applications are available online at propertyrelief.nj.gov. The state will begin mailing the PAS-1 applications in early February. If you filed electronically in 2025, you will receive a postcard reminder to file again. The deadline to file is November the 2nd, 2026. The tax office will have applications available sometime in March. The state will begin mailing the first installment for the 2024 State New Jersey benefit within the next few weeks. The availability of New Jersey's property tax relief program is subject to state budget appropriations. Our tax office is always willing and available to help during business hours between 9 and 4:30, or give them a call at 609-567-0700, option 3. Thank you. Veterans Affairs, Director Peoples.
Yes, Mayor. The New Jersey Veteran the New Jersey Vietnam Veterans Memorial Museum will be holding a red carpet premiere for The Last Patrol on March 10th, 2026. Tickets are $150 per person, free beer and wine. That is all.
Okay, thank you. Library functions, Director Glickis.
Yes, Mayor. Free printing services are available at the library. Simply visit the Camden County Library website and pick up your print at your library location of your choice. Yoga is offered on the second and fourth Saturday of the month at 10:30 a.m. at the South County branch. Wear comfortable clothing and bring a yoga mat. First come, first serves. Thank you.
Okay. Liaison to Division of Health, Director Lee.
Yes, Mayor. February Director, information. Reminder, virtual health Eat Well food access programs in Winslow Township. Eat Well Mobile Farmers Market time, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. every Wednesday, rain or shine, year-round. Go to the Winslow Shopping Center located at 510 Williamstown Road, Sicklerville, New Jersey. You will find fresh fruit and vegetables at a discounted rate. The Eat Well Mobile Grocery Store from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. every Thursday, rain or shine. There is a year-round store on wheels selling goods, household items, dairy, and more at below market prices. Go to the Christ Care Senior Housing located on 400 Grimes Road, Sicklerville, New Jersey. Any questions? Contact the Winslow Township Board of Health at 609-567-0700, extension 8008. Thank you.
Thank you. Liaison to the Municipal Drug and Alcohol Alliance, Committee Member Rowley.
Yes, the next meeting of the Municipal Alliance is scheduled for March 23rd, 2026. Unfortunately, due to the unexpected closure of the senior building, the Senior Brown Bag Luncheon that was scheduled for this past Saturday has been canceled. Our Alliance Coordinator, Jennifer Conway, is working with the Seniors Center to arrange a new date here shortly, and I'm glad to hear that it's fixed, so hopefully we can get that rescheduled very soon. If you have any questions about the Municipal Drug Alliance, please reach out to our coordinator, Jennifer Conway, or our co-chair, Leon Moss or Leona Howard. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have our engineers report. Mr. Bogine from Churchill.
Thank you, Mayor. Just an update for our February 2026 engineers report. We are experiencing record cold Green Bay, Wisconsin type weather. So there's not a lot going on out there, with the exception of 7 Brew Coffee on Berlin Cross Keys Road. Although conditions aren't ideal, they're moving ahead with base paving today, surface paving tomorrow, and they hope to be open by the weekend. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. R&V,
Thank you, Mayor. Update for our February 2026 report. The township, we're working with the Municipal Utilities Department in ordering getting pricing and ordering the inserts, the carbon inserts for the manholes out at Hampton Place to help alleviate the odor situation. The sewer lining projects, that project's been completed. We're just waiting for a final invoice from the contractor so we can close out that project. And the only other project we're working on to date is the Well 7 high service pump upgrades. That design is moving forward very nicely, and we hope to have at least the draft completed within the next couple of months. Thank you, Mayor.
okay, thank you. Under new business, building and grounds, public building and grounds application, Rubies and Pearls on March 14th, 2026 from 11 to 6 p.m. May I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second, Committeeman Watkins.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Point of order, Mayor.
Business license application, California
Point of order,
Tortilla
Mayor.
has a new, somebody told me,
May my point of order be recognized?
I didn't hear you.
Point of order. May I be recognized?
Yes,
Under new business.
okay.
I would like to put forth a motion. I would like to put a motion forward that the Township of Winslow create and approve an official Township YouTube channel with the sole and exclusive purpose of uploading recordings of the general meetings of the Mayor and Township Committee, as well as the workshop business meetings of the Mayor and Township Committee. This initiative aims to enhance government transparency, improve accessibility for residents who are unable to attend the meetings in person, and provide a permanent, searchable, public archive of these proceedings. I would like to put that motion on the floor under new business.
I'd like to second that motion.
As I said to Mr. Flamini, Mayor, that first we have to, because this is a walk-on, first we have to amend the agenda procedurally. So the governing body wants to amend the agenda to allow this to be addressed tonight. Then you have to do that procedural step before you consider the motion on its merits.
No, we need copies. We need copies.
Do you have copies?
I do not have copies at this time. I can provide them, but it's under new business, so.
Again, it's up to the governing body whether it wants to amend the agenda to allow this to
He
be
has to
added.
get, he has to
Very
make the
transparency.
motion.
And if I may, typically, this is the type of item that would go to the admin sub-agenda, and then we
Then
would
it
place
comes
that
here.
there and discuss it there and bring it forward for all the costs and things like that. That's how we would operate doing that.
There's really nothing to discuss. Create a free YouTube channel so we have enhanced transparency for the residents. It's a no-brainer.
As a matter of procedure, that would be
Yeah.
from the administration office, we would have to figure out exactly how to do that. We would do that, and then we would put it on the admin sub, discuss it. If everybody wants to go forward, I would lay out a plan of how we're going to do that moving forward. That's simple, like everything else we do here.
I have one question.
Please, 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 please.
I have one question. Do we have this current governing body, solicitor, do we have the legal capability of doing this today with the current situation? I do not personally have copies of this at this moment, but could this governing body amend the agenda to include this, legally speaking?
Well, they could.
They
but
could-
give-
they could.
but They
That-
could,
that's all I wanna
certainly,
know.
but excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, sir, please.
Given the recommendation by the BA, again, it's up to the governing body whether it wants to take the procedural step. You could make the motion to amend the agenda if you want to, but it's up to the governing body whether it's going to allow for it, or a motion could also be made to take this idea, this resolution, and send it to the administrative subcommittee. So it's up to the governing body on what it wants to do procedurally
So
on this.
legally
law.
speaking, I would motion to amend the agenda to include this. Do you want me to read the statement off again, or legally speaking?
You want to make a motion to amend the agenda to add this on, correct?
Correct, yes. And I would require a second, correct?
Yes.
I second it.
A motion's been made in second. All those in favor? Really? Really? Can I, Miss Doherty, Miss Doherty, can we have a roll call, please?
Flamin Barelli,
Yes.
Flamini,
No, because it's going outside our procedures. Yes.
Glekis,
Could you repeat your comments? I couldn't hear, committee.
No, because it's outside of our normal procedures to approve resolutions.
Try something new, something new.
I have to give you something.
Glekis,
Yes.
Lee, Leverett,
No, this should be passed on to administrative subcommittee.
Peoples,
Yes.
Watkins,
Yes, and it should be passed on to the administrator.
Hold on. You're amending the motion.
Excuse me, a point of order, may I be recognized?
Yes, Mr.
This motion is simply on whether to amend the agenda to add this resolution. If this motion doesn't carry, then another motion could be made to send it to admin subcommittee. So you can't vote no to the motion and yes to send it to subcommittee. That's two separate motions. The motion on the floor, as I understand from Mr. Glickus, is to amend the agenda to consider this resolution, correct?
Yes.
So that's where we are. So I know that Mr. Flamini voted no. On the procedural amendment, Deputy Mayor,
Yes.
you're in favor of amending the agenda to allow this to be considered?
It's a YouTube channel, guys.
Okay.
Yes.
Wilson,
I would vote depending upon the cost. That's really what we're talking about. I know,
No.
I would consider it, but I would think we need more information right now, so I would vote no for right now.
Mayor Lawrence.
The kids put their makeup on YouTube.
Oh, I didn't hear a call,
No
man.
big deal.
Oh.
buy 10 trash trucks that we don't need, but you can't do a free YouTube channel?
The mayor says no, but but everything requires a process. We are government. We're not an individual. And that's what we're going to go with. Thank you.
We need a new government.
No, let me shut up. Let me shut up.
So the motion, as I understand, the motion to amend the agenda failed?
Yes.
Okay.
What was that vote, please? The count? What was the exact vote count?
It was 4 yes and 5 no's.
Is there another motion to send it to the administrative subcommittee to review it?
Motion?
Second.
Can I have a roll call, please, Ms. Doherty?
Yes, Mayor. Committeeman Borelli,
Say yes because we need to get this done regardless of how we do it, but neither of us are on the subcommittee.
Famini,
Yes.
Gleekis,
Yes to allowing a free YouTube channel to display our meetings, yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Leverett,
Yes to the administrative subcommittee.
Peoples,
Yes.
Watkins,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Mayor Lawrence.
Yes.
If I may, for one moment, and the purpose of submitting this to the administrative subcommittee, we had signed a franchise agreement with Comcast Cable and they purchased our camera equipment. I want to make sure, go back and look at the agreement, to make sure that anything we do, where we're allowed to, because right now we post it on a Comcast channel, plus it goes through Verizon. I want to make sure that the legality of it, and I'll check with our solicitor, and I'll contact Comcast to make sure that it's okay. We want a YouTube channel, but we want to make sure that we do it properly and legally, because all the equipment here was paid for by Comcast. That's right. That's all. Thank you. Yeah, that's because I'm a boomer.
Mayor, if I could be recognized,
Mr. Platt.
if you could forward your resolution, unless you have a copy of it,
I'll provide copies.
forward to Mr. Gallagher, and it'll be put on the next administrative subcommittee agenda.
And just for the record, to my knowledge, I believe a township near us, Woodford Township, just did this. So I think it's a great thing that we could follow through with.
Thank you.
I have a second point of order, Mayor.
Okay.
Am I being recognized?
It's up to the
Go ahead.
mayor.
Go ahead.
I would like to make a motion that the Township of Winslow take a public position to oppose a regional consolidation of rehabilitation, jail, prison on the grounds of Ancora State Hospital.
I second the motion.
Mayor, once again, we have to decide whether we're going to amend the agenda to allow
Yeah.
that motion to be considered by the governing body this evening.
I motion to amend.
Do you have a second?
Second the amendment.
Can we get a roll call, please, Ms. Doherty?
Yes, Mayor.
This is simply to amend the agenda to allow you then to consider the resolution.
Committeeman Borelli,
Yes.
Famini,
Yes.
Gleekis,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Leverett,
Yes.
Peoples,
Yes.
Watkins,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Mayor Lawrence.
Yes.
Committeeman Blickis, would you please read the resolution into the record?
I would like to make a motion.
Can you read the resolution first, and then you can make the motion after, please?
Motion for the Township of Winslow to publicly, the Township of Winslow's government to publicly oppose a rehabilitation, jail, prison consolidation on the grounds of Ancora State Hospital.
That's your resolution?
Yeah. A public opposition of this governing body.
Second.
So that's your resolution, you're making a motion to adopt that resolution, correct?
Yes.
I second.
We have a first and a second.
Can I get a roll call, please, Ms. Doherty?
Freeman Borelli,
Yes.
Fermini,
Abstain.
You're a creep.
Blikus,
I don't understand the resolution. What's the resolution? I don't understand it. I don't understand the resolution. What is it? I don't understand the resolution.
Blikus,
Ask them.
Yes.
Lee,
I need a better explanation of what we're doing.
That question is I guess there's discussion on the motion. That question is to Committeeman Blickis, who,
I think the easiest thing would just be repeated.
The motion I set forth is for the,
you mean the resolution?
yes, the resolution I set forth is for the Township of Winslow's governing body to publicly oppose a rehabilitation, jail, prison consolidation on the grounds of Ancora State Hospital. A public opposition of this governing body, to take a public, oppose, against. It's for this governing body to take a position publicly, whether we advocate for or against. This particular resolution is for us to set forth that we are in opposition to that.
Ms. Doherty, can I change my vote to no, please?
Lee,
You live in Ward 1.
Lee,
No.
Leverett, Leverett, Leverett,
Abstain.
Oh, my God. Our prices of our homes are going to drop.
Peoples,
You can't make a decision?
We need some clarity from the state.
There's no clarity. It's a
Oh,
There's no clarity. It's a
can we have order in here? Can we have order in here, please?
Citizens of Elm, and we are less than 2 miles away from me. It's in our backyard, for God's sake.
Peoples,
We're your senior citizens. Oh, that's bullcrap. That's bullcrap. It's in our backyard, and our prices of our
Evelyn,
senior citizens.
don't say that. Tell Evelyn States.
We in danger. You don't care about us. No.
We all care about
But
this.
you're back.
It is in our backyard. It is in our backyard.
Mayor. Mayor.
Do we need to, hello? Do we need to clear this courtroom?
We do.
Mayor.
Yes, we do.
Mayor.
I'm gonna read my thing.
New board members.
I'm gonna read what I got to. Yeah, but I got something I got to say.
It's my vote.
Yeah.
My vote.
Yeah. That's right. I'm gonna read something.
I vote no because there's no information. It's not a definite. And nobody has told me otherwise. It is not this governing body's decision to decide if a person is coming to Windsor Township. Those are the facts. So I vote no. I don't decide. Nobody here decides. I vote no. Nope. Winslow. I live in Winslow.
Watkins. Can we finish the vote, please?
No problem. It's a free country, sir. No shame on me, sir. Freedom of speech. First Amendment.
Can we get some order in
First
here?
Amendment. Have all, I do not, sir. I work for my God, my country, and my family.
I'm going to read.
I work for
I'm going to read my thing as soon as we take this vote.
40,000 residents in Winslow. All of them are not here. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on y'all.
Mayor,
You will have your opportunity, to speak.
My country and my God, my family.
Okay.
Mayor,
Liz, please sit down. Okay, Lisa, would you
Mayor.
finish your call?
can I be recognized, please?
You ran and lost.
Mayor, can I be recognized? I'd like to make a motion to table this to get further information.
The motion's already on the floor.
Can I get a second?
We're in the middle of a roll call.
All those in favor?
You can't motion in the middle of roll call, I don't think.
Finish the roll call.
Now, I have
A motion table can happen at any time,
Yeah.
and there's no discussion on the motion table. Is there a second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
I did. I seconded.
Now,
Wait, we have to.
I have, please, I
Mayor,
have
do
a
we have,
sta-
excuse me, if I could, did the clerk get the status on the motion to table?
We got it all in favor, and then I didn't hear.
Is anybody opposed to that motion?
Yeah. I have a couple of questions. What was the current vote of the resolution that was being voted on?
Well, let's first address the motion to table. The motion table is passed, so that the motion table has passed. Folks, you're not going to let the mob control here. If you're going to stand up and shout out, you're going to be removed from the room. There will be ample time to discuss whatever issue you want. But in order to have the proper conduct so that everybody's heard, and not everybody agrees with everybody who's shouting out, you have to allow this governing body to function. So please, you have to allow it to function, to operate. I know you're going to say whatever you want. You please have to allow, there needs to be order. So please, thank you. So the motion to table has passed. So the matter is off the table at this point, and it can be dealt with at some other time.
I have a question.
now, I have,
You have to be recognized by the mayor.
Mayor, may I be recognized?
she's got it
For
all.
a
No, you're
question.
not. No, you cannot. I have a statement. No. I've sat here calmly all evening while you've yelled, hollered, screamed. You've had the podium, but now I have something I need to say to you all. I need you to sit back and listen to every word I say. This is no joke. Trust me. It doesn't feel good sitting up here, listening to all this yelling, screaming, all this emotion. No. Who said that? You want to step up? Yes, it is. And I have a statement that I'm going to make, sir, and I want you to listen so that you can thoroughly understand what's going on, because it's very evident from what has been happening here tonight, you're all working from emotion. Liz, please, you're all working from misinformation. So I'm going to read this statement to you, and I'm going to ask you to politely listen. Can you do that for me tonight? Thank you. I understand there are questions and concerns about a proposed regional jail project, and that flyers have been distributed on social media and elsewhere. As I understand it, most South Jersey counties need to replace their very old jails. Some of those counties specifically are Atlantic, Cumberland, and Camden. And they're talking about possibly building one jail instead of 3. My understanding is that discussions in this regard are preliminary at best, and those 3 counties in the very near future will be scheduling an informational session to provide information and take questions from the general public and elected officials within those counties. We have been advised that the session will be both available in person and virtually. As soon as I or the township are notified of this meeting date, time, and place, it will be posted on the township website. At this time, And until actual, factual, and you heard me, factual information is received regarding this regional project, the township is in no position to take any position. Thank you.
Did we
Now.
give the last business license, Mayor, for the California tortilla?
No, we didn't get that.
Okay.
Can I get a motion to approve the application for California Tortilla? They have a new owner.
Commitment Clicus.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now, may I have a motion to open the public participation?
Motion, open public participation.
May I have a second?
Second, Committeeman Watkins.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Please state your name and address for the record if you are a covered person under Daniel's law. You are not required to state your address, but please give your information to the municipal clerk, who will keep your information confidential. Has anyone signed up, Ms. Doherty? And all citizens will be allowed 5 minutes, and I repeat that, 5 minutes. Liz Capaferri.
Oh my God, I don't even know where to begin, but it is not too much for us, the residents of Winslow Township, to ask you to pass a simple ordinance that tells the state that we do not want a 2,000-bed prison on the grounds of Ancora Psychiatric Hospital. Now, what most people don't understand, that in 2004, the state passed the, let's see if I can get this all out, Southern New Jersey Rehabilitation and Reentry Center Act. Now, if I know that, why don't you know that? I don't get it. I don't get what you don't know. What, you want to ask me questions? I've been at this since last September. Just pass an ordinance. There is nothing. There is no net value to having this 2,000-bed prison on the grounds of Ancora Psychiatric Hospital. There's nothing else I could say to you. And if you were this, I don't know. Why aren't you strong enough to listen to your constituents and shut this thing down? Because it doesn't belong here. And it does not have to be in Camden County. It can be in Cumberland County. And as Atlantic County has not approved it, so don't throw Atlantic County in there because they have not approved it yet. Now, I know these things, so why don't you know these things? And also, there are 350 acres on the grounds of Ancora Psychiatric Hospital that are deed restricted, that cannot be built on. So I know these things. Why don't you know these things? So again, I say to you, if you had any balls, you would pass a resolution that would to tell the state that we do not want a 2,000-bed prison in our township. Thank you.
Doris Sobelli. Doris that lives on Poplar Avenue. It's not written real clear. Molly Hall. Kate Myrick from Elmtown. Marcy Tomasello.
Hi, Marcy Tomasello from Elm. I really didn't want to speak here. I spoke here 2 weeks ago, asking each one of you individually how you felt. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed tonight even more. More residents are here. More residents want you to support them, and you're not doing it. You haven't said how you feel. That's all we're asking, is you to support us. I was here 2 weeks ago, and I asked about cameras. Can we have them live streamed? I never got an answer, and we were told when you ask a question, you will be answered after all the people are heard from. I was never heard from. I was proposing cameras at all of the meetings. So maybe tonight, maybe I'll get an answer. I asked to hear from each one of you how you felt. The third thing, which I will shake over this one, I have been to many meetings since my husband was on committee. Not recognized again tonight. I don't think it was on purpose, Mayor. I would hate to think it was. I've been to many of these meetings, Mays, all of them, gone back 50 years. I have never seen such a thing done. And there's a phrase for it that escapes me right now. But to bushwhack a fellow committeeman and write something the day of a meeting when you know it, I've seen you on social media, some of you. You know there were going to be a lot of people. Was that meant to embarrass a committeeman that has supported us? It makes me begin to wonder, okay? I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. That young man has represented us and heard us. My husband contacted Commissioner Senator Moriarty. Do you know who wrote back out of all of you? One person, within an hour, Mr. Glucas, Committeeman Glucas. Do you know who else wrote back? No. Do you know who else contacted my husband? None of you. Senator Moriarty, okay? He wrote them on Friday. He heard back from him in an hour. He heard back from Moriarty yesterday morning. Where are you? We elected you. I'm very disappointed. That's all I have to say.
Mamie Brown.
Good evening, Mayor and the governing body. Well, it's a lot of negative in this room tonight, but I come to stand before you to give you something positive. I am proud of living in Winslow Township. I live in a community of West Atco, which is part of Ward 1. And a lot of people say Brandon represents them very well. But I live in Ward 1, and guess what? We don't see Brandon, okay? We don't see him. But I want to let you know one thing. During that snowstorm, the ATCO 12, please stand up if you're here. Thank you. They shoveled snow for our senior citizens. One of our residents took their own equipment and cleared off the church properties. And they cleared off the civic center so people can go to church and they can have their civic center so they can have their meetings. So Winslow, we got a resident in West Atco, a community that come together. We work together and we take care of each other. So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of lesson on relationships in your neighborhood. Work together. Y'all come here tonight to attack our mayor and the governing body about a prison that she has nothing to do with. It's the state. Take your fight to the state. Take it to the county. Why are you attacking our governing body? Stop. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Support. I don't care if you boo me or whatever, but the truth is the truth. And we have people here that used to be educators. I'm not going to call no names. They're educators in the Winslow Township system. And I see what you write on Facebook. I see what you wrote to the Gazette. And you said negative things. Say something positive if you live here. If you don't want to live here, move.
Yep. This is hot. She's good. Linda Young.
They made a choice to live here. They can move.
I am Linda Young. Where's Mike? I live at 18 Elm Drive, Sickerville.
Tap the mic. Test.
The mic drop.
I'm Linda Young, 18 Elm Drive, Sicklerville. I came to ask for the committee to take a stand opposing this prison, and we've already talked about that. But that's what I came to talk about. Now, I believe that most residents do not want that, and we need to nip it in the bud, not after they plan it or start digging or whatever. We need to nip it in the bud, and I want the committee to stand for us, represent us to the county and the state. And the second thing, I want you to get rid of absolve or whatever you have to do, that ordinance, or that, excuse me, resolution against Brandon for standing up for us. He did not accuse, he made a suggestion. Maybe there was a correlation between some money that the state was giving us for a park. Did that have anything to do with, like,
Yeah, let it go.
he made, and he had a chance to explain, he was interrupted a lot of times, but he explained himself. And he is not, he should not be served with this resolution, Mr. Flamini, and all of you turning against him. You're supposed to work together. He's the only one that stands up for us most of the time. Vincent's been standing up for us. And I think Committeeman Leverett last time said, you know, we should have a meeting to talk about this prison. Okay, that's all I have to say. We don't want the prison, and I don't want you beating up on Brandon anymore.
Is there anyone else that wishes to address the governing body that has not signed up?
Good evening. My name is Stephen Copestick. And I live at I'm sorry. My name is Stephen Copestick. And I live at 217 Spring Garden Road. Can you hear me now? Good morning. Oh, excuse me. Good evening. My name is Stephen Copestick, and I live at 217 Spring Garden Road, just before the tracks, just before the entrances at Ancourt. Hold the mic. I'm sorry. I'm not used to using a microphone. There you go. All right. So I understand that everyone's emotional. And I would like to make a note about what the mayor said about everyone being emotional. I am not. I come here, just like the young lady said, with positivity. I served my country for 13 years in the Army. I brought back many scars, not just the one that's on my head, but many in my heart. And when I came back to the state of New Jersey, I decided to make Winslow Township my home. I grew up in Clementon, and I love it here. I am very troubled with what I think is a betrayal from the state. I am 100% against a 2,000-bed inmate facility. I already suffered enough. I do not want to suffer anymore. And I would really hope that the Township of Winslow, the mayor, and the committee, obviously, we would like our voices heard, but we cannot do that with emotion. But I would definitely let you all know that being a veteran in this community is an honor. It is a great honor. And as I know, it is an honor for you all to sit up there to support us and our needs. So I'm begging you, for everyone here, please fight against this act, especially after we already have a juvenile detention center that's being built from scratch, less than a mile from my front door. I'm not okay with it. I won't be okay with it. I fear for my life, for my children's lives, and for the lives of the people who live next door to me and the rest of the people who live in this wonderful township. been a long day for me. So I would please ask everyone here to band together to get the proper answers in order for all of us to have transparency. When I was in my unit, we were given every bit of information so that we could conduct our mission without fail. I would hope that this body does exactly the same thing to protect all of us here in Winslow Township. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Patrick Oates. I live in Sicklerville, and I like what the gentleman said. I'm also a veteran. So a couple things. Being a veteran, I've been in the Air Force for 20 years. I was over in Qatar back in 1990, came back to my country. I've been in Winslow Township since 1973. Excuse me. That being said, and now I served the VA for 15 years. I'm finally retired. I believe in doing things decently and in order. So the outburst in here, I don't think it's necessary. Let me say this. I served with Marcy Tomasello on one of the local committees, and there is no outbursts. The meeting is ran decently in order. I think we all should take a look at ourselves. And I'm emotional, but I like to say common sense. I think we ought to give this forum, let the process happen, answer the questions when we do. That being said, I do have a couple things. Now, from what they're saying, if I can understand it right, I think everybody's, and this is a small representation of the township, it's 40-some thousand members, so I understand that. But from what I think what Mr. Glickis is saying, you're looking for personal opinions, whether you're for this or against this. Is that correct, sir? Is that what your resolution is saying? Whether you're for the prison or you're saying you're asking everybody to outright reject it?
I've been.
Sir, excuse me, sir, under our rules, we're trying to keep order. You can ask your question, and then once we close public portion, your questions will be answered or addressed at that time.
Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, if the order was to give you a personal opinion, whether you approve this prison system or you're for it or not, okay, I don't see anything wrong with that part of your question, if that's what it's for. If it's something else, I'm not sure. But I just believe that we ought to do things indecently in order, and there's a right way to do things. And you go on YouTube and you see people screaming. This doesn't represent Winslow Township the way we should represent Winslow. So I think there's a way that we can conduct ourselves. That being said, like the gentleman said there, I'm a veteran. I love my country. I came back here. I've been here 73. From Factory Road to the bridge was only apple orchards and peach orchards and 2 guys in Marlton with the circle. So I've been here that long. But let's just try to do better. The other question, I have one more question for you. With the totes, Winslow Township, we own the totes. So if the contract expires, you'll be looking at it as a contingency plan as far as
Continue with the totes.
we continue with the totes, so they can stick up. So the totes are not waste management. Okay, that's what I want. Okay. And I had a question for the fire commission, so I think, let me look at my notes real quick. This is the last one, because I just want to make sure. So in November, there was a resolution, I think about 60% of residents, we passed a $6 million referendum for a tax increase. And I understand that we have a 1.8 million surplus. So when you spoke earlier, you talked about you need some other additional things, and I want to know what are we doing with the surplus, and the referendum just passed that's going to increase our taxes. What are we doing with that? And then the last question, the equipment. I used to work for FEMA, also part of the government. Did that come from headquarters? Did that come from FEMA region? I think it's Region 3, which is over in Philadelphia. That's my question. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nancy DeMiglio. I live in Elm, 534 Whitehurst Pike. My husband's family's been living where we are for many years. We love where we are, it's very peaceful, but we're very against a prison coming. This summer, when I pulled in my driveway, my private driveway, there was a lady wandering around right across the street from my house. And there was a roofer working at my house, at our house. He's the one that contacted the police. And there was an escaped person from Mancore that came in. She was wandering around. There's little children that live in the area, and it was very stressful. It took over an hour for them to get her, and living there, it's very frightening. So I just want to let you know that.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jessica Dobbins. I live at 17 Peachton in Sicklerville. Like many, I was drawn here by the flyer. Rather, I was sent here from people who can't be here just so that I could listen for them. Like many, yes, I'm opposed to that. However, I was already planning on coming because I have a couple other things I had wanted to address. First and foremost is what I have addressed at a couple different meetings, different bodies. Camden County obviously owns the Sicklerville Road.
Owns the what? Owns the what?
Sicklerville Road.
Okay.
Where are we with getting crosswalks put back in? I've seen school zone put down, which is great, but that it's much closer than it used to be when it was originally painted down. No crosswalks have been put back. With this last storm, plowing was a beast, and I understand that. I don't know where we are with personnel, but there have been people walking in the streets because they can't walk on the sidewalks. So we're walking in the streets where there's no shoulder, there's no sidewalk, and there are no crosswalks. That is my big concern. And it's getting busier and busier the more we build up, which is great, we want to build up. But we are not looking at the pedestrian standpoint. And then the other concern I had, we just had the gas lines done, I think about a year ago. Around my house, in a 4-house radius, and then on the street beyond it, my neighbor, her backyard, she'd said, we smell sulfur. Don't know if that's gas leak, don't know if that's something to do with anything else that's going on. It's been a couple months and it comes and it goes. It does not stay. So I can't specifically say that it is that pole or that bush or that house or whatever. But driving along on Erial Road, just past Mungan's, I've smelled it a couple times again. So I don't know if something happened or went wrong, or if just something needs to be tightened somewhere, I don't know. But I'm bringing that to people's attention, and hopefully if anybody else has smelled it, they can bring it up and people would look into it. Thank you.
Good job.
Good evening, it's Jim Callahan, 10 Stafford Place, Sicklerville. First of all, I have to agree with Linda Young when she said that she thought it wasn't fair that you brought up the censure of Brandon. I think he was blindsided tonight. And Chuck, you've been my committeeman for I don't know how many years. I've never seen you in Ward 4, and I don't know what you've done in Ward 4 to help the residents. All I see you up here doing is saying yes to everything without question. So that leads me to be a little concerned. Thank you.
Hi, Lee Tomasello, Mayor. I appreciate you letting me talk because I didn't sign up. I had no intention of speaking tonight. But I just wrote down 2 things I'd like to mention to you. Number 1, I was very disappointed by the inaction of the committee to go against the prison or jail at Ancora Hospital. And the second thing is, as my wife mentioned, I received a phone call yesterday from Senator Moriarty, and he specifically said that he will do everything in his power to stop this from happening in Winslow Township. Thank you.
My name is Danisha Young, and I live right off of Cooper Folly Road. I apologize for my appearance. I rushed from work. But I too am a veteran, and I'm a new homeowner. I'm trying to learn this process of everything, so I apologize if I am uneducated. I don't understand why we cannot or refuse to even entertain a conversation about the facility. I don't think we should even have a conversation. But this is the part where I may be ignorant on how this works. Instead of having conversations of those facilities, I have children that are in elementary school and the high school. We go to games, and our schools need help. We don't need a facility. We need uniforms. We don't need a facility. The summer camps are closing, and no one knows where to take their children. We don't need a facility. So I don't know if that's an apples and oranges situation, but a lot of my peers and I struggle because when I came to Winslow Township, we had more options for the children, and we don't now. And we go to games, and we watch the other schools, and then we look at Winslow's, and we're still wearing what they wore 3-4 years ago. And why is that not something that's more important than a facility? So I apologize if that's unrelated completely, but I think if we're talking about what we're doing with the increase of taxes, if we're talking about having conversations with the state, we need help with our schools.
Hi, my name is Rachel Bain. I'm at 8 Bayberry Court in Acco. I am just here to make a comment based on the regional prison, just to let everyone in the room know. The next Camden County Board of Commissioners meeting is February 19th at 12 p.m. I'm not sure why they have the meetings at noon, but I don't know if everyone here knows that, if you regularly attend the meetings like you do here. But if you have issues with the prison, I think you should 100% show up to that meeting and let them know. Thanks.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Jason Howell. I'm with Pinelands Preservation Alliance. For your edification, the parcel in question, Encore Hospital, actually is deed restricted open space. So the state made an agreement to deed restrict most of the land in question as open space as per an agreement with the Pinelands Commission. This was a decade or two ago. That being said, Pinelands advocates will vociferously oppose any mega prison constructed on that open space. That should remain forested open space that will actually protect your aquifer and your drinking water supply for decades to come. Additionally, resolutions, non-binding resolutions are very standard fare, as you know. This body has passed resolutions against state action in the past. I was at a meeting here in 2023 where you passed a resolution against state policy in Wharton State Forest. So this would be a very similar resolution to make and take action on. Your aquifer honestly is stressed. So adding a 2,000-bed mega prison, which would import prisoners from around the state, I think would only imperil that resource that you and your township depend on. Thank you.
My name is
is Madison Jones. I come here on behalf of Rowan University for a journalism class, so I want to be as objective as possible. I have two questions for the council members, one for Glickus, one for Philomene. Councilman Glickus, what made you bring the resolution against him to this meeting? That was for Philomene, my mistake. I am new to this. This is my first meeting here. I apologize. So that was meant for Philomene, that what made you bring a non-business resolution to the meeting that was supposed to be about business. And for Glickus, I have the question of how do you feel about the resolution that was against you tonight? You can feel free to have no comment, but that will be on the record. So, thank you.
I'm going to be speaking for my sister-in-law, Nancy, because as you can tell, she was nervous when she came up. We are actually neighbors. We live in the community.
Your name,
it's all
please.
family.
Your
And
name,
on-
please.
June DeMiglio.
Okay.
We live in a family community. I have the children she was speaking about is my grandchildren. And the incident she talked about, which I wasn't home, was about a woman who ended up getting out of the Ancora hospital, and she was wandering back on our property. She was back there for some time. A contractor saw her, took note, gave a family member a call. Nancy was home. She said a bunch of black cars came, the Ancora police, so they took care of that. But then there was another incident, which is a concern. Her alarm went off one time, and it took a half hour for the township police to come and respond to her alarm. So now if a prison is put in our 3-mile radius to our home, and it took a false alarm, the police took 30 minutes to come to her house, what's gonna happen if somebody is back in our property and we are in danger? Because from what I heard, there's not many police paroling our side of the town. They're all on the other side. So that's what I have to say.
Mr. Mayor, people sitting down, people here, the people of Winslow, we do not want the jail in Ancora.
Your name, please, sir.
My name is Felix Acevedo. I live on Fleming Pike, which is the next street over from Ancora. I'm a newly granddad, and I don't want my grandkid, son, which is 18 months old, by the time they build this jail, he might be 1 or 2. I live in the woods in Fleming Pike. It's just a crossroad from Ancora, and I don't want this thing built. I don't know how the rest of the people feel, but if you feel no, stand up. Stand up. We're all here, and we all say no.
May I get a motion to close public session, please? Oh, right here.
My name is Carmela Parisi. I live in East Elmtown or Elmtown Community, which is a senior community. We are maybe 1.5 miles away from Ancora. We don't want the jail. We don't want anything. I have another complaint. I have a couple complaints. One is before we had a phone line. When someone escaped, we would be called what they were wearing and what was going on. Then we would be called back and saying that they were caught. I have tried, I've called the township police 4 or 5 times, and then they finally told me they weren't in charge of it. I had to call Ancora Hospital. I called Ancora Hospital 3 times, never got an answer. The next time I called, I got an answer, and they said, oh, the woman in charge of that isn't here right now. Give me your number, she will call you back. I have never got an answer from no one. So what is going to happen when all this goes on if we can't get back whatever happened to that? I'm asking you people to try and get us back that, because I'm a little tired of that. That was one complaint I have. Another complaint I had, one of the police officers or someone gave our president at that time, Joe, a number to call because the police were supposed to come out for 2 hours, speak to us about safety and different things like that. They were going to bring desserts, come out for 2 hours. They were going to come out from 8:30 to 10:30. I called that party back 4 or 5 times and told him, we would like that, we would appreciate that, but 8:30 is a little early for some senior citizens to get out. Could they please do it at 10? Well, it got passed from one person to the other, and I've still waited for a call, and I'm talking like 2 months ago, am I right? We still have not got a call. No one has approached us to come out and to talk to us about safety and scams and any of that. You know, so why aren't we getting answers? We're senior citizens, and you're gonna put a jail a mile and a half from us? I just don't feel that it's right. And I'm speaking for all of Elmtown. I'm a trustee at East Elmtown, and I am here speaking for all of it. We don't want it. We really don't want it, because we can't protect ourselves. And actually, we had a couple incidents happen in Elmtown, maybe 5 weeks ago. I came to the police station and told them about it. Finally, then, we saw police officers, a couple other people called too. We saw the police officers controlling us. Well, whatever happened to that? I've been there for 30 years. I've lived in Winslow Township for over 60 years. So whatever happened to our police patrolling East Elmtown? That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Lisa Malazzo Wingate. I'm at 125 Paul Street, across from the winery. I've never been to this before, so I was like, I don't know what's going on. But I did come because of the jail. We've had escapees. We've had them at our house, down our road. We even had someone break a bottle and pull it on my husband at one time. We used to get notifications, as she mentioned, that there was an escapee. Now we don't get any mentions. So it's very concerning to me. I love where I live. I lived there all my life. And I really would hope that you all, I'm not sure how we can go about talking to the state or whatever, but I'm going to look into it. But I would also like you to put yourself in our positions that live next to this prison that we dealt with in court all these years. All these people that live here know in court. We dealt with that. But putting a prison in, that is a lot to handle. You hear them escape prisons, and it's very, very concerning for our public safety, for everyone's safety. So, for the record, I'm totally against it, and I just wanted to say that to you. Please put yourself in our position if this was in your backyard. Thank you.
I have a quick question. Jerry Stauffer from Elmtown. Are we going to be able to vote ourselves, go into a booth and say yes or no to this project? Because apparently nobody wants it. Are we going to, or is somebody going to scratch somebody's back and do it behind closed doors? We want to vote on this ourselves, not you guys. We want to vote. That's all I have to say.
Sorry, hi again. I forgot one of the reasons I was sent. Jessica Dobbins, 17 Peachton. I was sent because I have a friend, actually, who lives at the Veterans Haven, which is a veterans homeless shelter on Ancora grounds. They hadn't heard anything about this, and not many people know that there is a veterans homeless shelter there. So if anything were to come of this whole project, they would like a voice for their own purposes too. Because I heard some veterans speak, and obviously they would be uncomfortable, but they aren't going to be living where this is proposed. Thank you.
Mayor, may I make a statement
th-
or ask a
wait.
question?
Wait a minute. Can I get a motion to close public participation?
Motion.
Can I get a second?
Committeeman Watkins.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, now we have comments from officials. Go ahead, Ms. Everett.
Okay. At the last meeting, I requested additional information. Heretofore, there has been none. I am going to formally ask that we have a meeting, a public meeting with state officials to outline this facility, its uses, and the parameters thereof. It's very concerning to all of us. And so I think we deserve a public meeting. It's a simple request for more information, because at this juncture, we have none. We have no information, other than this is being proposed in our backyard.
Thank you. Ms. Doherty, can we have the closing prayer, please?
I have.
Oh,
We have to-
yeah. Well, it's a bunch of them.
If I may highlight a few of them.
Yeah.
I know that Ms. Tomasello did ask about the cameras, and I believe maybe I must have understood, but the last meeting she'd asked, are the meetings recorded? Do we have a camera? And I did answer her that evening that the camera is right there, and yes, we do record. I guess what the question is now is, I believe Ms. Tomasello said that she wanted both meetings recorded on YouTube, and then we were going to look into that. So that's that question, but yes, that's the camera right there that's recording this meeting, and it's placed on the local channels as well, and we'll be looking into the YouTube as well. As Siglerville crosswalks and for the plowing, I know that Sam Martello and his unit, I've made several calls myself, that we were working with the school district, and he was going extra to go make sure those crosswalks were clear, the handicap ramps were clear, Sicklerville Road, we, of course, made sure that was clear with conjunction with the county. As for putting crosswalks back, they do deteriorate during this weather, and when the spring comes, we will address all the crosswalks to make sure they're properly painted, to make sure that they're well delineated, and we'll take care of all that as well. Like the Sam, thanks, Mr. Martello, for all that, because he did a lot of extra work, and his guys, they really were working day and night, overtime. That was one of the worst storms we've had in a while, not so much accumulation-wise, but with the freezing temperatures and with the ice that, over top of all of the snow, it really created difficult conditions. It damaged a lot of our equipment because it was so heavy and things like that, so our mechanics were working overtime. The whole operations was very difficult, but they gave it their great effort, and we appreciate their efforts, so thank you to them. South Jersey Gas, in reference to the smell, I would hope you report it immediately to the South Jersey Gas Company. If you anytime you have any kind of smell, please, report it immediately. They will come out and detect it, as well as the fire department. Dial 911. If you smell gas, dial 911. So that I would.
And she did give her address, correct?
It was 17 Peachton. Yes, 17 Peachton. I think, is the chief still here, the fire department?
Yes.
Okay.
He heard.
We could talk to him as well. And of course, I know the chief can, if he wants to address the notification system, they did change the notification systems over the years, and it is going through the state police, and they do take care of it at their center. Anytime there is an escape, there's a danger, that our local police department works in conjunction with the state police, as well as Department of Human Services, and we put out notifications as well. And if the chief wants to add something, he can feel free to do that as well. Thank you.
Okay. And Chief Rigberg, I think there were a few questions about the fire department.
Sir, first of all, thank you for your service. 22 years Air Force Air National Guard. Sounds like we caught sand in the same region, so thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yep, 177th, absolutely, Jersey Devils. With that being said, to answer your official questions, so our surplus is basically our rainy day fund to make sure we're able to make the state imposed 2% cap. We're required to be 2% compliant where we don't increase taxes above 2%. So sometimes we have to pull for that if there's insurance increases or things like that that are not outside of that cap. So better terms, that's the rainy day fund, if you will. Sometimes we pull from it, sometimes we put back money at the end of the year, no different than municipalities, school boards, things like that. With regards to what was voted on in November for the $6 million, that was a capital referendum bond request. We'll, at some point, probably around 2028-ish, sell bonds to perform capital improvement projects in the fire department. A couple of them, off the top of my mind real quick, an additional on Church Road, because we've outgrown that building. That's in the Sicklerville section of Winslow Township. Updating the HVAC systems in there, because some of them are 40 years old. IT, that kind of work as well. Replace the apron where the fire apparatus park. That's original since 1974. It's cracked, it's floating, things like that. The Southern Avenue Station in Woodford Works, the bay doors are only 10 feet. They're restricted. So we're going to raise them to nearly 12 feet or what's maximum allowed. And again, there's a slew of other capital projects. There's the replacement of fire apparatus, support vehicles, things like that. That bond, when initiated, could be anywhere from 10 to 15 years in the payback program. So obviously that affects the amount of the increase that there would be. The good news, if there's good news, because nobody, right, we're all taxpayers, nobody likes to see it go up, is we do have 2 bonds around that same time that are coming off that will be paid in full around the same. So we're trying to kind of just do a shift, if you will, so you won't see that significant impact. Also, we may not sell the bonds at one time, so again, you may not even notice it. Not that we want it, but, you know, obviously it's to maintain our infrastructure, though. So I think that was the questions. I don't.
Thank you so much for answering my questions.
Yeah,
Some
look
of
at
the things
them,
you spoke about, are you able to post some of these things on the website so we can kind of see what you're talking about, or, you know, like upcoming projects, stuff forecast for the future?
So we do. We haven't started any of these projects yet. The first one is, and you know, it's to replace fire apparatus, like I said. So we hope to order it before June. We do have to go to local finance board and get final permission for that. Delivery for that truck. So we order it in June. Right now it's anticipated, believe it or not, 42 months to get that delivered. Yeah, fire apparatus in today's world takes 3 to 4 years to get delivered. We did, when we were pursuing the referendum, we did post everything out there with the financial impacts. Be more than happy to put that out, not to create any confusion. I don't want anybody to think we're asking for something else, because we're not, but we can send those updates out. And we do have our website and social media that as we do good things in the community or things about us, we do post continuously. So I welcome everybody to like our Facebook.
One thing I haven't seen, just as far as
Excuse me, Chief, if somebody has a specific question, you could deal with it after the meeting, please.
Yeah,
Sorry. All right.
thank you. Mrs. Parisi and the D'Amiglio sisters, you need to see our Chief Lemons. He's here in the back before you leave about your concerns. And that's it. That's all I got. That's why I just directed her to the chief. The chief is here, and I directed Mrs. Parisi to the chief, okay? All right, thank you. Are there any other comments from the governing body? If not,
Yes,
then we
Mayor.
have. Oh, okay, here we go.
Am I being recognized, Mayor?
Yes, you are.
I have a few comments on a few different topics. One is a question concern in a resolution censuring commitment member Brandon Gleekus. My name was spelled wrong. So can we have that corrected in the resolution? In regards to the resolution, there were minutes, agenda minutes, we approved this meeting for the meeting of January 20th, 2026. in the approved agenda minutes that were approved tonight by every member of the governing body, I'm going to read an excerpt. The minutes that we approved. Committeeman Gleekus questioned whether there was a connection between the prison project and a $5 million recreational facility announced by County Commissioner Nash and Committeeman Peoples in November 2025, citing similar dollar amounts discussed in different contexts. I just want to highlight in the minutes for everybody. Questioned, not accused. In regards to censuring a member of the Township Committee, I'm unaware of this happening on our governing body. I may be wrong, but to my knowledge, I've never seen this happen before. What I have seen happen in Windsor Township recently, I think it was November, December, this governing body brought an ordinance to restrict and or ban certain types of signs on private property. And the issue I brought up with that, and Committeeman Borelli brought it up as well, was the censoring of any type of speech on private property, whether political or religious, because speech is a foundational element of our history in Winslow, in Camden County, in New Jersey, and our founding of America. Censoring a committee member, I would never censor a committee member. Whether I agree or disagree, I would allow them to speak. I want to hear from everybody in this town, everybody in this room. Whether we agree or disagree, and we don't have to like each other. We can have a lot of disagreements, and sometimes emotions get high. That's human nature. I understand that. I will personally speak with anybody in this town. And I think I've proven that to a lot of residents. And we can have conversations that are not comfortable. But I will have those conversations because it is my duty and my responsibility as an elected official to represent not one neighborhood, not one section of town, but all of Windsor Township. Because every member of this governing body, we collectively will make a decision for every resident in Winslow Township. And I take that very seriously. And I hope my colleagues take that as seriously as I do as well. That's on that issue. Regarding an official YouTube channel, YouTube's free. Our Windsor Township School Board of Education, we have a live stream YouTube channel strictly for our school board meetings, for accessibility and transparency. I think it's a great thing. I want to see it happen. I don't think there's anything negative about that. I want people to know what happens in these meetings. I know people have busy schedules, family, kids, work, things happening in personal lives. I want to make sure everybody has that accessibility and that transparency to know what we're voting on and not wake up and say, oh, wow, this is popping in my backyard. Oh, wow, this is happening in my street. I want you guys to know what's happening. Whether we agree or disagree, you need to know. And it's our responsibility to make sure you are aware of it and find as many channels as possible so we can get the information to you as easily as possible and as accessible as possible. That's on that issue. There was a question directed to me by a Rowan student. Resolution against me. I think I answered that. If you want to speak with me afterwards, I'll speak with you. I don't agree with it. I find it very concerning that the resolution was created within 12 hours of this council meeting, but we can't find information now about a prison. Now, what's interesting about a possible regional jail, regional prison, regional rehabilitation facility is that juvenile detention facility occurred overnight, and we never had any public meetings. Nobody knew about it until it was being built. So I don't want to wait until that happens with this type of facility. We know something's coming. I think it's fair to say there's enough information out there to stipulate there's something being proposed. Our responsibility, our duty to take a stand. And we may not have all the information or the architect or of every single document or every permit, but the general premise is very simple. There were bills but have been put in the state legislature branch, Assembly and Senate, Governor, etc., that allow for regional consolidations of these types of facilities. And this is what's being proposed in Windsor Township. Our responsibility. So how do we go about it? We don't have legal jurisdiction over the grounds of Vancouver Hospital. It is a state property where counties are agreeing to utilize state property for regional consolidation of some type of rehabilitation, jail, or prison. What can we do? We can be your voice. You elected us to be your voice, and if it's outside of the local governing body's hands, what can we do? We can pass a resolution advocating for or against, opposing for or against anything we want to. It's not legally binding, but it allows us to say, hey, here in Windsor, the governing officials oppose or support something. And what I keep pushing, personally, Commissioner Borelli, we oppose this. We send a resolution, we type that resolution up, and we send it to the county commissioners. And if we have to send it to the state, we send it to the state. It says Windsor Township is against this. That's what we can do. But we're choosing not to do it based upon a fallacy that there's not enough information. I don't need every single detail about whether a regional prison, whether it holds 1,000 people or 5,000 people. The concept is there. It impacts the environment where the location is. It impacts public safety. And what's interesting about this, there's an article in 2017, the South Jersey Times editorial board. And I quote, state correction officials with a straight face build Ancora as a minimum security prison. Psychiatric patient walk-away incidents used to be fairly common, which just indicates just how secure the overall compound was designed to be. Quote, we're happy to have Ancora here, but I was never for the prison unit. The individual who said that was the late Windsor Township Mayor Barry Wright. And this article published March 3rd, 2017.
Wow.
So if the late mayor can make a statement like that, March 3rd, 2017, why can't we oppose it? On the grounds of Ancora Hospital, there are a multitude of facilities, such as Veterans Haven, a now juvenile detention facility, a psychiatric aspect of it, and now a proposed prison. It's a lot of facilities in Pinelands. It impacts the local infrastructure. If I dropped the 2,000-person neighborhood right next to you, would it impact you? Again, we don't need every single detail. The general premise is enough to say, hey, do we support it, do we not support it? And we can disagree. Put it up to a vote. Let the residents know where we stand. They put us here to represent them. And when I talk to residents, there are things I've disagreed with at times with residents. But they told me, can you please advocate for this or that? And I said, I disagree, but you know what? I've spoken to enough residents, and I'm inclined to represent you. And in this situation, I've taken the information I know, which is not everything, and I said, I'm against this. I oppose this facility. Regarding making statements saying shame on residents, that's wrong. Somebody set that up here. I don't agree with that. A resident indicated State Senator Moriarty informed him or her that he was against this. If a state senator can say this, that represents us, that they're against it, why can't this governing body say we're for or against it? It's a simple question, it's a simple answer. I'm not here to cause issues, I'm here to represent the residents. Whether you live in Ward 1, Ward 2, Ward 3, Ward 4, all of us make decisions for the entire town. I thank you. I yield my time, Mayor.
Thank you. Ms. Doherty, may I have the closing prayer, please? Oh, hold 1 second. You're recognized.
Am I recognized?
Yeah, you're recognized.
Gentleman in the back, the big guy, if you got a couple minutes at the end, I'd like to talk to you. I'm a fellow veteran as well, pull you to the side. There was some statements that were said last meeting that led to Committeeman Glickis getting censored. There were some statements that were said last meeting that led to Committeeman Glickis getting censored. He questioned my integrity. I'll repeat that again. Some of you guys were not here. The gentleman implied that I stole or had some doing in a kickback scheme to the tune of $5 million to the township. He did imply. That's the way I interpreted it.
Yes.
That's the way I interpreted it, and a few of the other people that were here interpreted it as well. Okay, well, that's done. All right, he had his say, I had my say. We can disagree. As far as me being the deputy mayor and an elected official here, we're not always going to agree, but that doesn't mean that you get to abuse anybody up here. You can do it to other people, but I'm not going to let you do it to me. This is not a popularity contest. I'm not here for votes, and I'll say it again. We're here to govern. You may not like the decisions that come out as governing body, but decisions have to be made. Right, wrong, or indifferent, there's going to be a decision made. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. May we have the closing prayer, please, Ms. Doherty?
Yes, Mayor.
At the closest meeting, we pause once again, on God, to give thanks for living in a nation of people who have the privilege to govern their own affairs. May decisions made this evening be ones that make our township a better place in which to live. Amen.
May I get a motion to adjourn? Second. Can I get a second? All those in favor? Good night, everyone.
Yes. Okay, I'll get it.